On the big loop, the sun is up. We're ready to do the 2B retract. So on 3, we'll retract. 1, 2, 3, retract. Abort. Houston, Atlantis on the big loop. The first bay looked pretty good. We're just double checking our, we're getting ready to arm for a second bay retraction.
Copy, Sunny, and we're checking.
Houston, Atlantis on the big loop, ready to retract one more bay on 3. 1, 2, 3, retract. Abort. Houston, Atlantis for solar race.
Hello, TJ.
Yeah, I know you probably got the sun right in your cameras like we do, but that looked really good. It definitely fixed the outer part of the left blanket box. And just on the inner part of the left blanket box, you can see we're just looking at that area of interest right at the bottom. And we'll take a look at that for a few minutes and see if there's anything, but we'll call you back if I think we'll be ready to proceed if you're happy.
ISS Houston on the big loop for the retract. We're looking at the blanket box, and based on what we see, we're going to implement a wiggle.
Yep, we've got a slack guide wire there, Houston, so that wiggle sounds like a good plan.
Thanks, DJ. We'll put that in mark now.
The Falcon console, the solar array wing experts in the station flight control room will command the beta gimbal assembly at the base of the solar array wing to rotate a few degrees to impart a wiggle or a motion on the panels to help free up any guide wires the crew on board indicated may be pointing in the wrong direction or not assisting with the panels being folded correctly. The ground team also monitoring any of the panels billowing out of plane as they're being pulled down towards the blanket boxes.
ISS Houston on the big loop for the retract. The wiggle is now complete if you give us the status on the cable.
Okay, we didn't get to see the wiggle, but it's still the same way, Steve, and we're going to need to. I think this is a time to consider a re-extending. I definitely would not retract anymore in this configuration. And the cable still has a loop in it, and the sun is not good right now. I would say it's at least 6 inches and maybe 8 inches of slack guide wire.
Copy, CJ, and we will implement a 2-second deploy.
Okay, I understand. You're going to deploy for 2 seconds?
That's correct.
All right, we're watching.
And CJ, the 2-second deploy is complete, if you want to take a look.
And Houston, on that inner guide wire on the left blanket box, there's now you can see, because of the extension, you can see there were actually 2 loops. They probably were there the whole time, but one of them was in shadowing. So I would say that there's a good bit of slack guide wire, more than I reported on the first time. I can see 2 loops, so that must be at least it'd be more than a foot total.
Thanks.
And Houston, I definitely would, let's hold off on any more extensions or retractions till we can look at this a little better. I think we may be, we'll provide a recommendation in a few minutes.
Thanks, CJ, and we'll hold.
Houston, Atlantis on a big loop.
Go ahead, CJ.
Great news. The wire just freed itself. I was just photo mapping it with the 800 to send you some more pictures, and Brew was looking through the binoculars, so we both saw it. The guide wire, it just popped and it sucked in all the loose wire there, so it's all good.
That is great to hear, CJ.
Houston, Atlanta, on a big loop for solar arrays.
Go ahead, CJ, for solar arrays.
Megan, we're just trying to look ahead and plan what we're doing up here, and I was wondering if you could give us some insight, if you got the pictures, and if you are expecting to get any news or a plan of action during this insulation pass we've got coming up. We're showing about 38 minutes to sunset on World Map. And so we'd be looking to do it about 20 minutes from now to get set up, and we just wanted to know for myself and Sonny and Brew what we should be working on the most.
Okay, CJ, we were just talking about that. You're reading our minds. We just sent another wiggle, and we were going to come up and ask you guys to take a look and let us know what you think. Give us a bay count, and we're thinking knock it off, but looking for your thoughts.
Megan, I've discussed it with pretty much the entire crew, and JR and Swanee and Pat. Sonny was here. Clay was helping to count and talk to Brew about it, and we concur with your assessment. And just kind of what we're thinking about that is that we had about 2.5 really good bays of retraction this morning after the fluff that Pat did yesterday with the grommets and the blankets, and then also what Swanee did with compressing the ends there. And it just seems like if we focused our efforts and had an EVA guy up there, once you get the guy up there on the arm, moving back and forth went a lot quicker than we expected. It's quicker than the NDL. And we got really good views day and night. And I just think that we could be set up to get this done in about an hour and a half or 2 hours if we didn't encounter any other problems other than the grommet hang-ups.
CJ, we copy all. That sounds like a great plan.